The idea behind the car is that it should be not only the ultimate car from the point of view of engineering, but for a driver's car. And to be the ultimate driver's car, it had to have, for me, a normally aspirated engine.
390.
But a car unproven over this kind of distance has seen off a spirited challenge by much faster cars to score a fantastic win in the most demanding endurance race in the world.
Rarely have we, as car enthusiasts, have seen a car which had a vision in mind, more than just the perspective of a fast, luxurious or a practical car. For a profit, of course, the number of people who actually envisioned their own car and brought it into existence can be counted on fingers. I mean, we got Horacio Pagani with the Zonda and Haruhiko Tanahashi with the Lexus LFA, but none can compete when it comes to a vision of what a car needs to be than Mr. Gordon Murray's. When it comes to building sports cars, you better let him do it. No amount of accountants, car trends, or the amount of horsepower can sway Mr. Gordon's idea of what a sports car should be. Because when it came to one of his creation, the car which was the fastest car in the world for a decade, the car which won Le Mans on the first try, but most of all, a car so valuable, so appreciated by car enthusiasts like Mr. Jay Leno, that it is worth $20 million these days. But most of all, was creating the ultimate road car of the century, which will always stand against the test of time. The McLaren F1. While other sports cars were evolving, like the Porsche 911 with different models and generations, making them a little bit better as the time went on, the McLaren F1, on the other hand, was an automotive revolution, with making the first road car with an all-carbon fiber monocoque chassis, center driving position, and offering one of the best driving experience in a production road car ever. While being the fastest on both the racetracks and on the straight lines, they were just never the priority. It was just a great road car to begin with, and still is the fastest naturally aspirated road car in the world. Anyway, before moving ahead, do check out my art store in the link in the description below. We got some great McLarens there, like the MP44, an open roof F1 which was rendered but not made in real life, but it looked cool so I made it anyway, and the F1 LM. Much appreciation if you check that out. Thank you. So after decades with the F1, it needed a replacement. The true replacement which had to live up to the standard of all the F1 was set out to do. And in 2018, McLaren shot their shot with the McLaren Speedtail, which offered a 3-seat configuration with driver seat in the middle and limited production of 106 units. That was all that was common with the F1 though. The hybrid twin-turbocharged V8 powertrain instead of a naturally aspirated V12, with paddle shifters instead of a raw manual gearbox, and the emphasis on top speed instead of driving experience. And most of all, no involvement of Gordon Murray in this car. So it doesn't even come close to being the replacement of the McLaren F1. I mean, look at this interior. Anyway, I was disappointed in the Speedtail, and I was not alone. Skype, or what I think his name is from Top Cars GB, did not like this car as well. The focus on top speed wasn't good enough to be a spiritual successor to the F1, because F1 never prioritized top speed, and even if it did, 240 to 250 miles per hour is an improvement, but just not good enough if a car from 13 years ago can beat you to it. So that was a disappointment as well. But fortunately, we did not had to wait that long before the hope was lost. Because just 2 years later, McLaren F1's technical director, Mr. Gordon Murray himself, announced the GMA T50, the true spiritual successor to the McLaren F1.
The T50 is even better than the F1.
GMA T50 did not disappoint, not in the slightest. The true spirit and purpose of the F1 now reimagined into this new and improved version. The identity of the T50, pure focus on driving experience and driver focus interior as well. Everything in the car was sculpted to an engineering artistry. Every button, every switch oozes with driver orientation in mind. Even the rev counter is an analog gauge, which is exquisite, and that was the thing. The unveiling of T50, hosted by Dario Franchitti and Gordon Murray, they were just not bragging about numbers like the top speed or 0 to 60 or even lap times. It was purely about the sole purpose of the car, which was the driving experience, just like the F1, the ultimate road car. And the layout or packaging, as Mr. Gordon says it, is as traditional as it can get as a sports car. Well, apart from the center driving position and 3 seats, it has a mid-engine layout with rear-wheel drive and a traditional sweet old 6-speed manual gearbox. The beautiful stick shift design. It is simple, light, strong, and very sophisticated. I mean, the 4-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine made by Cosworth produces up to 654 brake horsepower and can rev up to 12,000 RPM. That is insane. It's even better than most bike engines, and it sounds oh so beautiful. Actually, I would argue it's even better sounding than Pagani. And as it was naturally aspirated, the response was instantaneous. It can be driven in 5th gear from a standstill because of the torque of the engine and the lightweight design of the car. And I do not believe how well thought out the aerodynamics of the car really was. As everyone knows, it has a fan in the back with very clever functions which can assist the car either for top speed or for downforce. And if you want to know more about the aerodynamics in detail on this car, you can watch this video by Engineering Explained, which explained it quite well. Another reason why Gordon made this car, no matter how small the reasoning might be, was the fans of the F1. The people who were young enough to dream about owning an F1 one day. But as the demand and prices increased for the F1, which was $20 million, the dream became more and more bleak. But now, Mr. Gordon has created an opportunity to have the same car as the F1, just a bit better and advanced, with the same purpose and principles. For what, 85% off? GMA T50 costs around $3 million, and that is great for people who could not actually get their hands on the F1. And I bet it is going to appreciate to all hell again, the T50 I mean. And that is the similarity of the T50 to the F1. The engine layout, manual gearbox, the fan assisted aerodynamics. Yes, the F1 also had fans, just smaller and less effective than T50. Same man who built the F1, the same focus on driving and driver's experience with it, the surprising amount of luggage space for a sports car like this. But what is the most fascinating part to me is that just like the F1, the GMA T50 is going to stand and live through the test of time. It is going to age very well, and the design, while I think is not as beautiful as the F1, will not look dated in the future. I would like to thank Mr. Gordon Murray for not only creating the T50 but also the LCC Rocket, the McLaren F1, the McLaren MP44, and many of his Formula 1 cars with so many innovative ideas and improvements. But most of all, I am thankful to him for inspiring a generation of car enthusiasts like me and even you to be one of the best, the greatest, and to push beyond the limits. Because we will never get someone as talented, as dedicated, and as hardworking as Mr. Gordon Murray in our automotive history. And with that, thanks for watching everyone. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.